Huh, what's this? Oh, it burns! Just kidding. I wasn't looking at the sun through a telescope, although you could with a special filter. That's a bacon sizzling sound effect on YouTube. I'm Josh. Welcome to Astronomy That Rocks. We're going to be combining some fun, some science, some astronomy, working together to look at the night sky and see some amazing things and making it fun along the way. Let's take a walk and talk, shall we? Two misconceptions about astronomy. One, it's boring. Two, it's expensive. Well, we're going to work to combat both of those. First thing about the boring thing, check out this leaf. Come on, Mr. Leaf. Basically, we're like ants on this leaf floating in the ocean, and the ocean would be the universe. That's not even close to how big it is. So when we start looking out there, whew, amazing stuff. It's going to blow your mind. And we're going to present it with some comedy and stuff, so it'll be, cool, hopefully. And then about the expensive thing, well, we're going to get started with absolutely free 2 apps and our own 2 eyes to look up and see what's up. Then we're going to add some gear gradually and as cheaply as possible. We're going to build some stuff. And first, let's make our observing area. Let's get started. So I downloaded this compass app and just used some sidewalk chalk to mark out north, south, east, and west, my little observing area. I've added a comfortable chair, and now I'm the big boss of my own observatory. Don't talk to me, I'm doing science. Actually, I've decided to use some grass chalk, as I call it, to mark out a little area in my front yard. Obviously, don't vandalize things, folks. This is a pier I built with my stepdad. We're going to be putting a telescope on that later. More on that to follow. This is going to be my little observatory here. Now, while it's still light, we got to plan our observing session. One of the things is you might be like, man, I don't have a telescope. All in good time, right? But no matter how fancy gear you have, it's really nice to know your way around the sky. Plus, you can impress your friends at parties. Like, that is definitely Pluto. It's always Pluto. I mean, you need a telescope to see Pluto, but they don't know that. So, I'm using Starwalk 2. I have a little dinky Android right here. And this is cool because as I move it around, it'll show me what's up. There's Orion's belt. I mean, it's my ceiling, but the sun wasn't up and my roof was gone. I see Orion's belt. Be one positive thing about the universe ending and my house being destroyed. So, I recommend downloading an app, and I also have the star chart, basically like a cave painting. That's how I learned. But what we're going to be looking at is a couple things. We're going to be looking at Polaris, the North Star. Now this was, it's this ordinary looking star in the sky. You'd be like, that's it. But ancient sailors navigated by it, and the whole sky appears to turn around it. So, and then we're going to try to find, try to break the night sky into bits, right? So we can learn to navigate around it. So we're going to find the summer triangle. We'll see that outside. And then Jupiter and Saturn happen to be up right now while filming this video. So we're going to check those guys out too. Ahoy, mateys! While you're waiting for it to get dark, you want to optimize your observing experience. So basically, you want to let your eyes get dark adapted. You can just wait for it to get dark and your eyes will adjust. Or if you want to speed up the process, you can wear a pirate patch or walk around with one eye closed and totally weird everybody out in your house. Be like, what? And you're walking into walls and stuff. Ideally, you want to avoid street lights. And if you have one, or you can put a piece of red tape over the flashlight on your phone, or you can buy a fancy little red flashlight. Red light keeps our night vision. Kind of cool to know. Now you know. Okay, we're headed into the, well, not exactly shadows. I have the porch lights on, and I know this is going to be the most awkward part about the videos because there's no light. There's not supposed to be any light because this is astronomy, right? We're looking for ancient photons, man, and tripping hazards. So I'm in my observatory area, and the first thing I want to do, get oriented, is I'm going to try to find Polaris. I know there's a tree in the way. I'm going to hold my little app up. Ursa Minor. It's in the little bear, and it's right in his paw. And oh, there it is, right above the tree there. Right above the tree. Oops. Moved it around. Ursa Major, Ursa Minor. Now you can't see it here, and it's pretty unremarkable looking at it. But with most things astronomical, when you really understand what's going on, well, that's the star that the night sky appears to revolve around. It never moves, so very useful for ancient sailors. And that light that we're seeing right now, well, we can't really see, but if you were here, you could see, started out when Bach was 11 years old. How cool is that? Wow. Johann Sebastian Bach, knee sock sky. Okay, so we got Polaris. Sweet. Now, we're gonna try to get that summer triangle. So summer triangle, if this is shot in August, so it's gonna be, well, it's probably about 11 o'clock at night. So it's pretty much directly overhead, but it'll be rising in the east if you start off early in the evening. No, sure enough, the brightest star we see up there in the constellation Lyra, that's gonna be Vega. And then if we go down and a little bit to the left, that's gonna be Altair in Aquila the Eagle. And then if we go back towards Polaris, that's gonna be Deneb in Cygnus. And that guy's pretty far away, but these other two are, I think, Vega's about 16 light years away, something like that. And then, if we look to the south, right now, in the constellation Sagittarius, we're gonna see Saturn, and then Jupiter's just sitting behind that tree, so using my app, gonna scooch sideways. Oh, and there it looks like. Now here's how you tell a planet. If it doesn't twinkle, a star will twinkle because the atmosphere is bubbling around. Ladies and gentlemen, don't be alarmed, we're experiencing a little turbulence. But now, stars a point source, but if you have a planet that's a disk of light coming through, so it gets through a little bit better. Could also be a UFO or a plane, but if it's moving, it's probably, you best hide, man. Nah, it's probably just a plane. But anyway, okay, so we got a couple of things. And man, whenever we're out here, just remember to look up. Wow. I know you can't see anything, but wow. Okay, let's go inside. Okay, so we saw some stuff. Yes, I know it's daylight. That's the wonderful thing about video editing. But we saw some cool things. I recommend keeping a nerdy little notebook, your observing log. I'm going to keep one for this project. So you can note the date, the conditions. Nice clear skies at dusk. We saw Polaris, the summer triangle, Jupiter, and Saturn. Interesting notes. Polaris, the light started out when Bach was 11 years old and is just reaching our eye. How cool is that? We'll see you next time when we look at some more constellations and got some gear on the way. See you then.